Hi everyone, Ellen Jaffe Jones, and I just want to share with you some ideas if you are feeling stuck and unsure where to begin your wellness journey. A simple daily walk sometimes is all that it takes, and it is as simple as just getting out the front door. That is 50% of the journey. A daily walk is just a perfect way to start. Now, some people may roll their eyes and go like, ew, walking. It's kind of like me and learning meditation. I'd sooner watch paint dry. But truly, it is a first place to start, and we all have to start somewhere. And even when I'm coming back recovering from injuries, I always find that it is just a good idea to start walking and see where it takes you. The benefits of walking are so many, but we'll just touch on a few. It's a very low impact exercise. It doesn't crash your joints. You don't come pounding down on the pavement, but just taking easy steps, and it can be done anywhere. That's the cool thing about it. It can even be done inside if you're stuck inside with bad weather or something like that, but just taking baby steps, as we like to say. It strengthens the heart, it lowers your blood pressure, and it also helps manage your weight. You can certainly pick up the pace if you're trying to lose weight, use weights. There are all different ways you can increase your heart rate and increase the amount of exercise you're doing, but just starting with a walk around your neighborhood, especially if you have a dog. We have a whole dog walking group in our neighborhood, and we pretty much get up every morning at somewhere between 7 and 7:15, and we just pick up people along the way. And it's amazing. You wouldn't think you would see so many people, but there are a lot of people out there at that time of day. Here in Florida, I try not to be exercising outside past 10 o'clock, and even on a hot July morning, it is almost too hot to be out here past 10 o'clock or even 9 o'clock. So you might wonder, how do you start? Well, it is about having comfortable clothes, moisture wicking. If you are concerned about the sun, certainly wear long sleeves. A lot of clothing now has SPF ratings on it, so you don't even need to put the gucky sunscreen on. It's just so important to find, of course, shoes that you like. And I hope you can see those cuties that I just picked up this week. They don't have to be the most expensive kind, but they do have to be comfortable. And just check in with your body to make sure everything feels good. The hips, the knees, the ankles, all of that can be affected by shoe wear. Such a powerful thing for mental and emotional well-being. It can reduce stress, it boosts your energy, it boosts your mood, and it can even alleviate the signs of anxiety or depression. Lots of studies on that. So how do you make walking part of your lifestyle? Well, here are some tips. It can be easy and enjoyable, and I want to make sure that you are motivated to get out the door in the morning. And the most important part of this is set a routine. I don't care what time of day you do it. People ask me, what's the best time to exercise? Whenever you do it, of course. So mornings tend to be the chosen time, whether we're walking or running, but just set a routine and stick to it. After a few days, it imprints in your brain. You've got your clothes set out from the night before, so you have no excuses, unless there's a hurricane, not to do it. But it's important to build up consistency. Change your routes to keep things interesting. Even if you live in a neighborhood and you're used to walking the same way, try walking the opposite direction. Try finding things that you like to look at, like lakes. Even though you might have signs that are designed to keep the public out, find ways to get close enough so that you're inspired by things in nature. There are, again, a number of studies that show that our hormone levels, our endorphins, and certainly the production of vitamin D from the sun, which doesn't give us vitamin D directly, but it makes our body produce it. It's just so important to be outside because it just makes everything work a whole lot better. And we feel better, whether we're just in the woods or by some kind of greenery or at the beach, it's all good. And my last tip about how to do it is find a buddy. Now, we sometimes live in isolated communities, or everybody's stuck in their apartment or condo, but there are walking clubs, there are running clubs, and even in the running clubs, everybody walks at some point or another, or there will be a group of people who do the walking. So important to just kind of latch on to some friends or exercise buddies, just so that you can be motivated and hold each other accountable. My final tip on staying motivated to get and remain walking is to use technology. Technology really is your friend. There are all kinds of fitness apps. You can use them on your phone and just walk with your phone, or if you don't want to do that, there are watches and monitors that will even play music off the watch, so you don't have to carry your phone. I never do anymore, I always used to, but you can pretty much do everything off the different watches and the technology that's out there. So it's a way to stay safe, especially as we age. I am concerned about what if something happens to me by myself, and I always do want to have at least the connection on my watch. And the Apple Watch, by the way, I've tested it twice. I've fallen through no fault of my own, and it goes off. It calls 911 and anybody you have listed as emergency contacts. It's a great way to hear from your kids, just saying. So you can also combine walking with other activities. Like I mentioned, listening to music, audiobooks. I don't do that so much because I do want to have a level of concentration. And there have been people in our running and walking club who will scream at me for using technology when I race. And sometimes I do now, sometimes I don't. But I always used to race with earbuds in. It just helps me to zone out and kind of lose myself in the space and really not focus on how much this may or may not be stressing or hurting my body. It doesn't hurt so much anymore. When I first started, it did. And it's important to understand that. Just don't try and do too much too soon. Listen to your body. And you know, this doesn't have to be complicated, this whole journey to fitness. Just find some reason that keeps you motivated. Maybe you've got a certain date, event that's coming up. You can write that on your calendar and just kind of keep that in mind. For me, it's that I have a 15 years younger boyfriend. A 15-year-old, that would be a little weird. But yeah, we didn't know that at the time. We both looked the same age. And so, you know, that very much keeps me motivated, that I got to stay on top of my game. And to the extent I can control my genes, and remembering that genes don't always control destiny, just finding some phrase that keeps you motivated and keeps you going. Back in the day before technology, they used to have little wristbands from a company called the Fix ID, named after Jim Fix, who did run and die on the side of the road and nobody knew who he was for a while. So it was a way of putting a little metal plate on the bracelet to tell people who you are. And of course, now we have all that information on our watches and our phones. And it's pretty cool how the first responders know all this stuff now. So, you know, if you're concerned about safety, know that the technology has got your back. And like I was mentioning with the Fix ID that I used to wear, the line I had at the bottom was never give up. And you can pick phrases, look for inspirational phrases like that. Maybe you put them on your phone, on your watch somewhere, on your wrist, tattoo, whatever. But it just, this whole fitness routine, your wellness journey, it just doesn't have to be that complicated. A simple walk is a really easy way of taking that first step toward better health. So embrace your journey, enjoy the process, and if you have your own tips on how to stay motivated and fit, how to get started, how to get out the door, I know we all would benefit from hearing that. So don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find more videos. I got plenty of them about being 71 and being fit and running, racing, as I will tomorrow. Because why not? You know, I just sold a house this week and the buyers, their agent didn't show up for the walkthrough, so I did that with them. And they were confiding in me about how excited they were to be moving to Florida, where they can exercise pretty much 24/7 every day of the year, minus the well in advance warnings you get of our storms if and when they come on our front doorstep, which the media would have you believe is almost every day, but I'm telling you, greatly overrated. So people move here just so they can enjoy the great outdoors and whatever activity it is that keeps them motivated. So if I can help you with that, drop your questions and comments below and look at all my links to see how you can get in touch with me if you have more extended questions or are interested in Florida real estate. I just closed a house yesterday. It was only on the market 23 days. The one before that was on the market 8 days in the same neighborhood, Sarasota Springs, great area. So if I can help you get to wherever it is you want to be with your goals and your dreams or your genes, let me know. All right, everyone, gotta run.